I have Utah in the Big 12 title game. Brian, you said, if you make predictions, you can't be afraid to be wrong. I was wrong last year. Didn't learn my lesson. I'm picking Utah to get right back there. Are you picking Utah to get to the Big 12 title game? You didn't give a final record prediction. Do you want to do it, or you want to just say if they're going to make it there? What you feeling?
I think we talked a little bit in the pre-show discussion that I'm really confused on this Utah football team. I don't know. A lot of the things point to me thinking that they're going like if they've really fixed the problem, this was a team that could have had as good a chance, opportunity of getting to the Big 12 championship game as anybody. And so that part of me thinks 10-2. The part of me that has watched this program for the last 3, 4, 5 years and seen some of the things that have happened has me just a little bit skeptical. But at my core, I am a positive person. I'm a believer. I'm hopeful and optimistic, and so I think that's where I'm landing is 10-2, and a trip to the Big 12 championship game. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'd rather be on the side of cheering this program on. And let me amend that. I believe in this program. I believe in what the coaching staff has tried to do. I believe in the things that have been passed along to me. Just and I'm not in this game as a reporter or as a media member. We do this as a fun way, for you and I to stay connected, but also because I believe that I have something to say that people want to hear. For the people who don't want to hear it, you have other options out there. Good luck. But at the same time, I feel like this team, the energy around it, the energy around the coaching staff is just different this year. And I think that as we walk through the schedule, like there's a lot of bumps that could happen on the road. But realistically, is there any team out there that's talent-wise better than Utah?
Maybe Tech, who I have them seeing in the Big 12 title game.
Maybe. Right? Or maybe Baylor. And so if you're going to bank your assessment on maybes, I think that's a scary proposition. And not only that, but this is Kyle Whittingham that we're talking about. He may be the greatest coach in Utah football history. He may be the greatest coach in the history of the state. I don't know. I'll let everybody else decide that one. I like watching the conversations a lot more than getting in the middle of it these days. But that being said, I think that man with something to prove, with a chip on his shoulder, armed with the knowledge of how things went last year and a desire to want to finish things on the right note, is going to press all the right buttons to get this team where it needs to go.
And I think they will end on the right note. I think this Tech team is a monster or two. I have them seeing in the Big 12 title game. I think Utah finds a way to get it done. I think Devon Dampier makes some incredible plays. I've said before, I think he's going to end the year as a top 10 Heisman finalist. I do not think he's going to win the award. I don't even think he's going to New York, but I just think he's going to have an amazing year. I think he's got a really good shot to rush for 1,000 again, throw for over 3,000 yards too in this Utah offense. And I think the results are going to be a dynamic QB, great offensive line with a strong defense. I think it's a Big 12 title. I have Utah getting into the college football playoff after winning the Big 12, but they do have those 2 losses, so probably going to be a 10 seed, which unfortunately means, because they reseed it now, the highest 4 conference champions don't automatically get that bye like last year, which is unfortunate for Utah. But I think they have to go on the road in the first round of the playoff. They're going to run into a good SEC and Big Ten team, and I'd give them a better shot if they were on a neutral field. I think it's tough to go on the road. I'll have Utah losing in the first round of the playoffs. So Big 12 champs at 10-2 with a first-round college football playoff loss are my predictions. Brian, who's Utah meeting in the conference championship game, since you said you had them getting there as well, my friend? And do they win it and go to their first ever CFP?
Yeah, my thought is it's going to be the Baylor Bears, and I think it's going to be a rematch game. And actually, if I were to pick it out, I would think that they lose to West Virginia and Baylor during the course of the season, maybe Texas Tech, although I just have a hard time seeing Utah losing home games. It's just their record is just so strong. And again, we talk about the belief and the hope and all the energy around this team. The conversation does seem very not overly positive in terms of like, yeah, we're going to win it all. We're going to run the table, everything like that. But in the belief in the building, in one another, and a lot of the things that make a team and a culture strong. And so I do think that they get a little retribution in that game against the Bears. I am torn on what happens in the playoff. And realistically, it's because I don't know who they're going to be playing or what those teams look like. Because at this point in time, it is so hard to predict how the other 60-some-odd teams will do during the season. To me, that gives Utah a window to win a playoff game, though. because this is a team and a program that we've talked about just even recently has a pedigree, has a culture around it, and I think a team that goes through the course of a season and has, if it goes the way that we just talked about, I think that's a team that has confidence. I think that's the team that has proven that all the work that they put in is worthwhile, and I think it's a team that will be motivated and driven to finish the season in a way that we haven't seen in the last few years, and so I think they do win a playoff game.
Got me fired up talking about it, man. I'm so excited. We only have one more week to wait to get to it. Brian, always so great talking ball with you, man. We're not going to get a chance to talk with you until the first game has been played at UCLA. So any final predictions, anything, do you think it's going to happen crazy? A player you're excited to watch?
Well, I mean, the list is long and extensive. You know, I mostly I'm looking forward to seeing what this wide receiver group looks like, how this offensive line performs with a different scheme, and obviously Devon Dampier. I think I always can finish that one off. I'm an offensive guy at heart. I'm pretty confident in what that Utah defense can do. So that's really where I'm excited to see things unfold.
It all gets underway in just barely over a week. Today's show is brought to you by our friends at PrizePicks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up and college football isn't far behind. Whether you've got an eye on a big-name quarterback or breakout running backs, PrizePicks makes it easy to get in the game. There's also a new thing they have on there called max discounts. For this weekend, PrizePicks is offering major max discounts. Do you think Avery Johnson his max discount Saturday, August 23rd at 9 a.m. versus ISU, 0.5 passing yards? How about a max discount number 2? Dak Prescott, max discount on Thursday, September 4th at 5:20 versus Philly, 0.5 passing yards. Just a few they got, and you can also just pick higher or lower what you think some of the top guys in the NFL are going to do coming up on any given week. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code LOCKEDONCollege, all caps, no spaces, to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's code LOCKEDONCollege, all caps, no spaces, to get $50 off today in your lineup after you play your first $5. PrizePicks, you can run your game today. In the meantime, we'll keep you rolling with content on Locked On Utes, getting you ready for kickoff in Pasadena. Brian, always great having you on. Thank you so much for joining me, brother.
Thank you for letting me be here, JT. I always enjoy it.
Always a blast. Thank you for making Locked On Utes your first listening view of the day. We'll be back with you tomorrow, talk about some of the players that we think could have a big year this year for Utah football.